What's up guys, it's Roman here from iUnboxOfficial, and today we're talking about the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. So let's get into it. So if you guys have probably heard, Apple just had a conference about 2 hours ago, and they announced a bunch of new stuff, including, 2 new iPhones, smartwatch, iOS 8 and stuff like that. So in this video it's going to take a look at everything you should expect and should know about these upcoming 2 iPhones. So first off, pre-order starts September 12th, which is in about 3 days from now. And you should expect it to be fully available to the public by end of September. So by October, you can go to the store and buy it for sure, like 100%. These two iPhones are actually really similar. The only difference between them is the actual size of it and the price. They're virtually identical. Spec-wise, they're virtually identical. The only difference is the iPhone 6 is 4.7 inches, but the iPhone 6 Plus is 5.5 inches. You're essentially just paying for the size of the iPhone. And of course, the smaller iPhone 6 will start lower than the iPhone 6 Plus, so it's going to be $799 unlocked for the iPhone 6, and for the 6 Plus it's going to be $899, so $100 more. And if you want it on a contract, it's $199 for the iPhone 6 and $299 for the iPhone 6 Plus, both starting at 16 gigabytes. And to find out for 32 and 64, just add $100 on top of that. That's pretty much the price. Of course, iPhone 6, as I said before, will be smaller and lighter than, thinner and lighter than the iPhone 6 Plus. Hence, it is almost an inch smaller than the iPhone 6 Plus. But overall, they're still really light and really, really thin. The Nexus 5 is thin, and I think they're even thinner than the Nexus 5, which is pretty impressive. So getting into specs, once again, the only difference is the screen size and the screen resolution. So the iPhone 6 is actually 720p. Retina display, while the iPhone 6 Plus is a 5.5-inch 1080p display. Spec-wise, they're both going to have a 64-bit 8 M8 co-processor combo, along with 1 GB of RAM. They're also going to have an 8-megapixel camera, not 13. It's still going to be 8 megapixels, along with 1080p video recording, and a ton of new features they put in. Like always, image stabilization, auto HDR, slow-mo at 120 frames per second and 240 frames per second, panorama, tap to focus, a ton. There's a whole list. There's like 50 on the list of new features. I just can't read them all. We won't have enough time in this video. And the front camera is going to be a 1.2 megapixel shooter, which isn't that great, Gets the job done though. It's going to ship with iOS 8, which is, the new operating system by Apple. They just announced it. Overall, it's very similar to iOS 7, just like iOS 5 was to iOS 6. There isn't much of a difference. The only difference is a little bit new features here and there. They put in, it's pretty much the same look. They just put in, like QuickType, interactive notifications, HomeKit, improved Siri. Overall, it's pretty much the same thing. There's not going to be a big change, so you won't have to get used to it all over again. And iOS 8 release to everyone else is going to be September 17th, so you can download it on your iPad Air or iPad Mini 2 or iPhone 5 and 4S. You can download that on September 17th. And of course, the colors are going to stay the same, so you're going to have your black, your silver, and your gold. 3 different colors. Apple doesn't really do multicolored ones other than the iPhone 5C, which was, I don't know, isn't doing that well. They also added in something called Apple Pay, which is essentially paying with your phone. I guess you guys seen this with like a bunch of Android devices, where you can just put your PayPal or whatever on your phone, and you pretty much tap when you're paying with debit or whatever. You tap your phone, and it pays instead of taking out your debit card. So they put that into. You just pretty much enter your credit card or debit card or whatever, and you can just pay with Touch ID. You hold it and you tap it on the little debit sensor thingy at the store, and you pay with your phone. It's pretty simple. And of course, last but not least, there's going to be a Touch ID fingerprint scanner, just like there was on the iPhone 5S. And overall, as you can see, these phones are all absolutely identical, other than the fact that one is bigger than the other. So, I guess it's more comfortable if you have like a bigger hand. You're like 6'8" in height, then I'd definitely get the iPhone 6 Plus, because 5.5 inches would be good enough. But if you're, smaller, maybe like under 6 foot, the iPhone 6 would be fine for you. They're both great, one's just bigger than the other. That's actually pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.